Hey friends, it's Tess. This is Wonder Wealthy, and today I'm going to be sharing the 9 smartest purchases you can make after college, and you probably should make. Now, this is part of a bigger series that I'm doing this summer called the Financial Glow Up. I'm sharing my best tips, strategies, or words of advice, words of encouragement for those who are making that transition from college to career. However, if you are well past that time of your life, I get it, I understand. I think these words, these videos are all going to be helpful and applicable to you still, especially if you're in the phase of just trying to get your financial life sorted. So without further ado, let's dive into my 9 top smartest purchases that mostly I made when I was in my early 20s after college. You know, I can't forget to remind you though, before we get into it, to hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And if you are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell to get notified, because I upload every single Wednesday, and if you don't hit the bell, you're not gonna know. You're just gonna have to stumble upon my videos. Okay, so this list is gonna go kind of in sequential order, meaning you graduate from college, what's that first purchase you should make? And I'm telling you, the first purchase that I made, and I think you should make, is travel. Now, I personally spent money on a round trip ticket to New Zealand for 21 days all by myself. This was such a pivotal moment for me as I was making this transition from college to career, because it kind of displayed my ability to be independent and build up my confidence of facing some pretty big fears that I had, aka traveling by myself through a foreign country for 3 weeks, or talking to strangers. And yes, New Zealand wasn't the most foreign country, but I was also just trying to live my life halfway around the world from where my parents were, from my friends, and the entire support system that I knew and loved back home. Now, a lot of you might say, I can't do that, I gotta start working, I gotta start making money. And it's probably not wise of me from like a financial coach perspective to tell you to take the whole summer off and not start your job until the end of the summer. But from a life's short, live it up perspective, I'm saying, I can completely rationalize why you might want to delay your income and do this one thing for yourself. And the reason is, if you think about it, for the most part, a lot of us don't have opportunities to take vacation time from a job, at least enough where you could go on a 3-week trip somewhere, even if it's just a road trip across the US. Also, when you're young and you're a college student or just out of college, you don't have the financial responsibilities that you probably will have even 6 months down the road, because if you have student loans, you have usually a 6-month deferral period where you don't have to pay them. You have this waiting period before those payments kick in. If you are moving, which you most likely are, from your college housing to new grown-up full-time job housing, then you could take that moment of time to not have to pay rent because you're gonna be traveling, and then you can spend that money on things like hostels or Airbnbs or places where you don't have to worry. You can surround yourself with cool people at hostels and pay a nominal fee to be able to be in that city. There's just so many reasons why it makes sense to travel during this period of your life, because you're much less likely to be able to get this time back. And you're not going to get these long-term periods where you're going to be able to take an extended vacation unless you're transferring jobs or you're a teacher and you don't have to work over the summer. So I would say this is one of the times where you can really grab the bull by the horns and delay that income so that you can experience life. Because although making money is important, there's so much more to life than making money and paying bills. The second thing, best purchase that you should make, and I made in my 20s, and actually I made this when I was 18 years old because for some reason it was kind of required for me at my college, was to buy a really nice go-to professional suit. Yours could be a suit jacket and a pencil skirt, or maybe just a really nice professional dress that you wear to the professional events that you may go to. And these could be anything from interviews to meetings to events to even just a nice, I don't know, wedding or something. It's always so good to have that one go-to piece of clothing, item of clothing, that you can always wear and pull out if you need to zhuzh it up a bit. Now, I'm not the type of person that is an advocate for having things just in case. However, I do think just having this one piece of clothing, or the pair, the top and the bottom, is really important, because even if you're an artist and you never have to dress up for things, there's bound to be one moment in the next year where you will have to dress up for things, and then at the last minute be like, oh my god, I have to go find something. And you also don't have to spend a lot of money on this. You can thrift it, you can get it as a hand-me-down. I would just suggest spending a little bit of money on a tailor to make sure that it fits you really well, because then it can always be your go-to outfit. I love seeing powerful women who wear the same power dress. It's like a red dress or a black dress, and it's a really amazing, powerful dress that they wear when they do interviews or even like TV interviews. You know, you always see them in that same outfit, but then it almost creates this image of your mind is like, oh, that's their power dress and they are rocking it. So find yours, whether it is a dress or it's a top and a bottom, and rock it out. So now that you're done with your vacation, you got your power suit, the third best purchase that I made in my 20s, and actually I didn't even make this purchase, my parents gifted this to me, was on a solid set of knives. Now, I'm not saying you need to go out and buy the 21 knife set in the huge block or anything. My parents just got me 3 really good real ceramic knives that then I could use going forward. As a sub option here, you could also consider investing in just a solid set of pots and pans. It doesn't have to be fancy. I would say the knives, you want them to work really well, but the pots and pans, I've either had hand-me-downs or I've gotten them from TJ Maxx, and I've used those pots and pans and they've done me just fine. So just have pots and pans, but this is kind of the combination that I think is really important for you as you go into your adult life and responsibilities that it holds. Reason is because when I did start my full-time job, I spent so much money on eating out at restaurants for lunch and even for dinner because I'd be so exhausted from working. And I think we fail to recognize how important food prep can be in our life, especially when we're now so busy and we're hardly home, that we need to start prepping our lunches and prepping our dinners. But the worst part about prepping your meals is if you have a really dull knife. I don't know why, but cutting vegetables, any type of vegetable with a dull knife, is probably one of the worst things ever. If you can get a really good set of knives, even just a couple, and then a nice solid set of pots and pans that can totally be hand-me-downs, it doesn't even matter. But if you can get that combo, then you can start enjoying the process of cooking and save yourself a ton of money in the future. Moving on to the fourth best purchase that you can make, and at least the best one that I made in my early 20s after college, was investing in a gym membership. And I'm not the type of financial coach who's gonna tell you to cancel your gym membership in order to save money, but I will tell you to do that if you don't use it. So here's where it gets important, is investing in a gym membership that you're actually going to use. And for me, that was finding a gym that was maybe a little bit more expensive, but I actually enjoyed. The reason why this investment pays off so much is that not only has working out and taking care of my health helped me from not having to pay enormous medical bills, which are one of the #1 sources of debt in America, but also because I'm just naturally happier and more productive and feel better. I'm more confident, just all around in a better space when I do take care of my health and my fitness. This might not be a gym membership for you. It could be a yoga membership or a meditation membership, which are things that we have in Chicago. I don't know about other places, but just consider your own health and fitness and take care of yourself and be willing to maybe in some cases splurge if it makes sense and you're actually going to use it. The fifth best purchase that you can make after college is in continuing education. This is something that I'm a huge advocate of because I just think it's really important to keep your brain fresh. I think it's so cool that we have the resources and availability of online courses these days. So even if you don't physically have a place that's going to teach you about a subject you're interested in, you can usually find it online. One of the best things you can invest in as far as education goes is your ability to manage your finances and investing in financial education. So things like one-on-one coaching or an online program can really help you just get your financial stuff together. And it's a really important thing to do after college because we tend not to learn about that stuff in college, and usually it hits us smack in the face when we start our full-time job. You can learn about some of my programs and coaching at wanderwealthy.com, but you don't have to go with me. You can also find other people out there who are offering this education too. Just find it and use it and embrace it, because it is so helpful for you as you go into this new financial adult life. There are other things that I did after college too that I made investments in to continue my education, from public speaking courses to improv courses. These are things that helped me build confidence in myself, surround myself with new people that I wouldn't have otherwise been exposed to, and just gave me a different view on life and taught me valuable things that I could take into my own personal and professional career. So if there's some sort of skill that you're really looking to pick up on, maybe you want to start a side hustle in website development, you can always take an online course or an in-person course on how to code, and then use that to go into building your income on the side. There's obviously so many ways that investing in your own education can pay off, and I highly encourage anyone, whether you're just out of college or many years out of college, to make this investment. The sixth best purchase to make after college, and this one kind of just goes off of number 5, and that is in books. And I'm gonna name 2 specific books that are money related, because I'm the money queen, and that is I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi and Nicole Lapin's Rich Bitch. Now, I just think that these books are really good. I would get both of them, but you don't have to, but they just step you through financial basics, and they're really important, and for me were really helpful as I went from college to career and learning how to manage my own money. And that takes me into the last 3 best purchases, which are a little bit more financial related, but still very important. The 7th best purchase you can make after college is to buy your way out of debt. So now, maybe after you've done your 6 months of not having to make those student loan payments, they're coming due, and this is the time where you can use the money that you're making to start paying off your debt and even make additional payments to get yourself out of debt. This is a good purchase. It's a good investment, because you're going to be saving yourself money in the long term by paying off your debt faster. So just buckle down and make those payments. I know it's not fun, but it will pay off when you are finally debt-free. The 8th purchase you can make after college is really important, and that is to protect your stuff. So not only your home and your car and your personal property through homeowners or renters insurance and car insurance, but also protecting other assets that you have, like your health, making sure you have your health insurance covered, whether it's through an employer or you need to go out and seek that information yourself. Additionally, it's really important to protect your most valuable asset, which is your ability to get an income, to be able to create an income. So disability insurance is something that is so underrated, but it is so important to make sure that you have protection in case something were to happen to you, so that you can pay for all of this stuff that you do have, or just the lifestyle that you are living today. And the last best purchase that you can make, number 9, is on investing for your future. This is something I actually did right after I got back from my vacation. Was I had set aside some money to start investing, but it was so scary for me, and I know you might be in a place where you're feeling a little bit scared and just not really quite sure how to invest yourself. But it was such an empowering feeling for me to finally make that first investment. I had gone years going through financial courses, getting a degree in finance, taking some intense portfolio investing courses, and still never investing. And finally, the day that I did it, I was like, I did it. Then I went into my 9-to-5 job, and I started investing in my 401k and investing a little bit into a robo-advisor account outside of the tax-advantaged world. Being able to invest and learn through that process was so important for me to feel more confident on understanding my finances. But I definitely recommend being educated as you go into investing, and that's why I created my 10-day investment boot camp. So you can go to wanderwealthy.com/invest to sign up. It's an email series over 10 days. You'll get 8 different emails that explain investing so that you can feel more confident and educated on your own investment journey. And that is it, all of the best purchases, the smartest purchases you can make after college in your 20s and even beyond. I hope that you enjoyed this video in the financial glow up series. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can keep up with the series. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified when new videos get uploaded, and like this video if you do like it. Comment down below. I'd love to hear what are your best purchases that you personally made after college, or maybe you're still in college and you're looking forward to making. Let me know in the comment section. Let's continue this conversation, and until next time, I hope you wander wealthy. Bye.